How to feed a calf. Yeah, everybody needs to know how to do that. These calves, I'm going to get them out of this trailer, which is out of frame, and there's no editing here. So I'm milking cows for a guy. He had 10 fresh cows, and I think we freshened in like, I don't know, 5 or 6 cows. But these calves have ran on the cow for like 2 or 3 days. Most dairies, they get them in quicker than that, but I'm a one-man show unless Ben is here, and Ben decided he was going to sleep in. So these calves have had colostrum milk. Calves need milk, colostrum, first milk, within the first minutes of birth, and their stomachs. There's immunity in that colostrum milk. So if and their stomachs, they tell me, yeah, I'm a hillbilly scientist. I went under a microscope, and I did not. Their stomachs have holes, for lack of a better term, that let that immunity, those bigger immunity cells, pass and get into their small intestine, whatever, and it gives immunity from the mom to the calf. Now, there are certain diseases like yonis and different things that pass as well. Manure on the teat is, I guess, where the newborn calf, if a cow that defecates and a little bit of a splinker of poo-poo gets on a teat, and then that cow calves, and then that calf latches on to that teat and sucks that manure that's got yonis in it, then the cycle continues. So you need to blood test for yonis. It's not going to be the reason that your dairy farm fails. There's so many others that are going to take first place. And I'm not negative. I'm just saying, manage what you know, and you need to know a lot if you're going to run an ag deal today. And we are losing people who just take it as second nature, that know what it takes. But who cares? My tummy's full. Not really. Back to so I milked, there was 2 Jersey cows that me and Ben got in. I milked them in a fresh cow pail, and these bottles, I don't know if you can see them, but they're in frame. Yeah, one goes to one calf, one goes to the other, and they're colostrum. So I ain't shutting it down, because here we go. Did I ramble on? You need first milk in a few minutes. Sorry, you can't get rid of me. A calf, I don't know how they are the craziest, strongest creatures. If that mama, first calf heifer, can lick that calf off, get it in out of the wind, and somehow that calf find a teat and get colostrum, and if they can take wind, but they just need to be dry. And where a lot of dairies that have struggled in the past, there's just not enough money to feed everybody. So the dry cows get neglected first. Usually the calves first. Usually the wife first, the calves second. Wait a minute. Usually the wife first, the children, then the calves, and the dry cows. Unless, I don't know, unless they've got a better husband or father than that. And then I guess the children would get neglected further down the line. Anyway, it's crazy how it works in the Ozarks. But let's just say there's not enough money at the end of the month to pay the feed bill. So calves are going to suffer, and then your dry cows are going to suffer. And most of that body fat that's on a calf is in that last trimester. So they can, if your dry cows are well fed and all their nutrients are being met, that calf is getting a back fat layer and a good solid hair coat. So having said that, if you were calving in the winter, that calf gets spit out, it's negative, cow licks it off, their metabolism starts up, they get colostrum, and magically they can keep warm. So I guess the wife and the kids can be cold because they probably don't have any back fat. I don't know. Does it work that way? I don't think so. Okay. How did we even get there? I accelerated. I digress. Accelerated. On to feeding calves. Here we go. Oh my goodness. Okay. It was sleeping and it's about to come alive. Oh yeah. Hold on. Here we go. 55 and fat. Allah. Oh. Nothing was harmed in making this video. Can you even see me? Who cares? So, you can hear me. First, you gotta tackle the rambunctious little dude. They'll probably kick you. I'm gonna let it in and let it go. So I can tell these calves have nursed because they got poo-poo. That first poop is on their tail yesterday. So I've killed more calves than should be allowed. Bottle. The calf's head is low, like it's sucking an udder. You put the nipple in the end. So if this was a brown Swiss calf, it would just look at you and go, "Moo." But since this has got some Angus, we've bred most of the basic. Dairy farmers have bred for milk production and solids, fat, protein. We have not necessarily bred for cows to be smart and cows to actually make it on their own because they need human intervention. Look at us go. So anyway, with this one being half beef, those cows have got to be tougher. And having said that, the calves have more livability, I guess is that the word. And you just usually have better luck raising beef cross calves because the dairy guys, for whatever reason, we interfered and we thought more milk was better at any cost. Wait a minute. Usually more milk means that your children get clothes. Now it turns out more milk means that the guy that was smarter got more milk than you got, and so then you had to lose less and your children end up, just kidding, I'm not going to speak that into existence, but I was going to say, you're there shopping at Goodwill and going, boy, look at here, this is brand new and still got the sticker on it and I'm feeling fashionable. I can't wait to go to school. Yeah. Okay. Learning lots. This calf is about done. There you go. All right. I would, if I was a really good manager, I would dip their navel in tinctured iodine or alcohol when they're first born. I would tie it off if it was bleeding, if I was a good manager and raising calves. This, look how bright-eyed, bushy-tailed this dude is. Like, I'm surprised it's not going, meow, where's my mama? Okay, Doug Smith in the sticks, calf demonstration, over. Am I gonna do the second calf for you? It's gonna be basically the same calf, but you might get to hear a little bit of wild crazy. If I drop the calf and it runs off into the grass, you might get to see a 55-year-old man try to run after it. So if you're done with the feeding calves demonstration, you can quit now. If you want to see round two, with more action. Stay tuned. Okay. Oh, like and subscribe. I got discouraged, but now I'm back. So I could use some more subscribers. I really could use a sponsor. Is there somebody out there that magically just wants to give me, I don't know, money? Let's say the government. Let's say, does that come from somebody? I don't know. They print it. That's a whole nother discussion. Okay. Look at this beautiful calf. Hold on. I'm going to turn the... Look at that dude. And look at that poop. Yeah. Good yellow color. Huh? Did you see the poop? I don't know. I can't. You think I'm a YouTuber? Oh, yeah. Stand back. Okay. All right. Here comes calf number 2. It's sleeping. Now, they're just now alive. So I woke these up from sleeping, and now they're getting liquored out. That one here. Yeah, there it is. You hear it? It's like I got fed. Oh yeah, this could be a shower. Oh, I'm gonna move the camera back so you can see the show. It's well fed. It's just so it'll take just a little while, and then it'll figure out that it needs to stay there. Oh, easy. Easy, Margaret. Easy. Easy. Here comes the milk truck. So this calf is still kind of sleeping too. This one over here, it's live. So if in the comments you want to critique how bean calves, basically get your Snoopy down here and feed him your big self. Sorry, went into an old man tangent. Happens now and then. And if you want to run a dairy farm, leave it in the comments. I've got a dandy. I'll sell one to you. I was in real estate. I don't farm anymore. Uh-oh. Underlay. We may have to Mexican bull run here pretty quick. Is that Netley? Uh-oh. Hey. Hey, baby. Calm down. Calm down, Steve. Calm down, Steve. So usually on a dairy, this is a tangent, I don't know if you can hear me. The women do all the milking, they do all the cleaning, they do all the calf raising, they do all the meals, they take care of all the children, they do the books, they're in charge of morale, and what does the man do? The man buys new John Deere equipment, chews Copenhagen, gets old and fat, and thinks he runs the show. Okay, so that was the old dairy. The new one's a lot different than that. I didn't get a new dairy. Okay, God bless America. This is a heifer because the plumbing. I'm not sure what this calf is. I'd say these calves are worth $500. You probably should have stopped at 9 minutes. We're almost done. So, just random time, since we're taking up time, I was watching a YouTube video, and people in business want to retire to the farm. How come it is you never, very rarely, I don't think I've ever seen it, people in the farm retire to business? They want to retire to business. That's kind of how it worked in my life. But anyway, I don't know. I'm going to shut this down. We got another poop. I bet you got to see that. It's a good one. Scours, usually coccidiosis after day 7. You'll have blood in the stool, and it scours. It's going to be just super loose. You need to get IV fluids under the skin. Anybody can do it. You usually, if you're having a scour outbreak, you need to put your cows on clean pasture. You need to get your nutrient level up on your cows. You need to, there's just so many things, which, take my own advice. I guess I didn't really go broke dairy farming, but I was a strong second. And then I did beef cattle, and turns out, in retrospect, didn't really manage those that well either, but we bought ground cheap enough that you kind of get by. And then I had a stint at S&H Farm Supply. Good folks, let me tell you, their sales manager, I'm not going to name him, he's good. Their owner is good. Their team is good. If you need equipment, S&H Farm Supply is where you need to be, and I'd take a sponsorship. And then I got to selling real estate, and I sold my dairy, sold my sheep, sold my dairy cows, sold actually the dairy. Got into real estate. Took 3 years to kind of get that generating, and that has been a huge financial blessing. God does restore, and He's using real estate to leave a legacy. Now I get to leave the legacy that my dad had. I got to enjoy it, and now I get to leave a legacy for my children and grandchildren. So, a good man leaveth an inheritance for his children's children. Oh yeah, that's me. Okay, so not only spiritually but financially. You want to debate about it? Slap yourself. Make your own YouTube video. Okay, I'm out. 18 minutes. Duncan Smith in the Sticks. Like and subscribe. I'm probably not going to have much more dairy content. I don't know. I may do one on the dry cows tomorrow. They are some dandies. This is a well-managed farm, but it's actually going to be sold out Tuesday just for different reasons. Wright County, Missouri had the most dairies in the state of Missouri, probably in the 90s. And now it's just... it's a labor of love, and I'd say a well-managed dairy like the one I've got at Stockton would be a profit center, but you got to have your head on straight, and you wouldn't be able to be a rookie. You just couldn't make many mistakes, and it would need to rain. But having said that, you're on a faith journey if you're on the farm. Okay, live it up, be blessed. Over and out.